Good day, beloved brethren. God bless you. This is Zobida once again with today's reflections entitled, Behold, I have refined you. I recently came across a little story about a group of women. They were studying the book of Malachi when they came across Malachi chapter 3, verses 3, which says, He will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. The women wondered what this verse meant and if indeed it spoke about the character of God. One of them offered to investigate it a little further and to give the group whatever information she got at their next Bible study. So she made an appointment to visit a silversmith and watch him at work. Now she did not mention to him the reason behind her visit. She just said that she had an interest in the processing of silver. She watched as the silversmith held a piece of silver over the fire and let it get heated up. He told her that he needed to hold the silver in the middle of the flames where it was the hottest, since the intense heat had to burn away all the impurities. The woman's thoughts drifted back to God, holding us as we go through the intense heat, the trials and the persecutions of life. She thought about Malachi chapter 3, verses 3. He sits as a refiner and a purifier of silver. She then asked the smith if he had to sit and hold the silver the whole time while it was being refined. He replied yes, that he not only had to sit in front of the intense flame and hold a piece of silver, but he had to keep his eyes forever on it while it was in the fire. For if it was left for just a moment too long in the flames, it would be totally destroyed. She was silent for a moment, and then she asked, How do you know when it is fully refined? He smiled and he answered, Oh, that is easy. It is when I can see my image in it. Yes, beloved, sometime or the other, we will all be put through the refiner's fire. However, when it comes to our purification, the Lord God Himself personally does that job. As the saying goes, God will not give us more than we can bear, and He knows just when our purification has been finally achieved. It is said that a gem cannot be polished without friction, neither can a child of God be perfected without adversity. Isaiah chapter 48 verses 10 says, Behold, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tried you in the furnace of affliction. And Jeremiah chapter 9 verses 7 reads, Behold, I will refine and test them. Yes, beloved, sometimes we just cannot understand what is happening or why it is happening, and we question the Lord. Why me? But you can be assured that God is constantly with you, holding you forever so firmly in His mighty hands as you go through the storm. Know for a fact that you are never, ever alone, for He is right there inside the raging storm, side by side with you while it continues to rage. Joshua chapter 1 verses 9 says, Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Yes, beloved, the fires of affliction and adversity is sure to one day ring your doorbell. But let your faith answer the door, knowing that you can overcome anything through Him who gives you strength. Psalm 30 verses 5 says, that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Know for a fact that God is greater and mightier than any battle we might face. So do not give in to the fears that surround you, Always keep in mind that the one who is our refuge and strength is with us every step of the way. Beloved, if God is for you, tell me who or what can come against you? Yes, for out of the darkest night, the glorious morning appears. And just when you feel you have hit rock bottom, that is when the love of God comes shining through as bright as the morning sun. Beloved, sometimes God puts us through the refiner's furnace so that the depth of our faith can be tested. It bears a similarity of the purification of precious metals such as gold and silver. God allows this so as to remove all the impurities from our hearts, since a pure heart is more precious to God than all the gold and silver this world can afford. Just as the silversmith can see the reflection of his face in the purified metal, so the Lord God wants to behold the righteousness of his Son Jesus, a reflection of the Lord when he looks at us. Ephesians chapter 1 verses 4 tells us that God has chosen us before the foundation of the world so that we should be holy without blame before him in love. Yes, beloved, going through the fire is very painful and it can be devastating, but it is God's way of saying, I love you and I want you to stand before me fully cleansed and holy so that my glory might be revealed in you. Isaiah chapter 40 verses 29 says, He gives power to the tired and worn out and strength to the weary. And so we just place everything in His awesome, mighty hands and surrender all to Him. Sometimes the answer might seem long in coming, but beloved, believe that God is never late and that His timing is always perfect and He is ever, always right on time. Isaiah chapter 43 verses 2 tells us, when you pass through the raging waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. He is saying, do not be afraid, for even though you stand before the power of hell and death is at your side, be assured that I, your God, am with you through it all. Beloved, there is no power that can conquer you while God is at your side. Just trust in His love and know that in His own time, everything will come together. May God bless you, my beloved brethren. Do have yourselves a remarkable day, a most wonderful, a beautiful, a blessed, and an awesome day. Be blessed in every possible way. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. But He'll guide us with His eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God is gathering home. We will tell the story how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Temptation's hidden snares often take us unawares, and our hearts are meant to bleed for each thoughtless word or deed. And we wonder why the test when we try to do our best. But we'll understand it better by and by. By and by, when the morning comes, All the saints of God's gathering home, we will tell the story how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. God bless you. Be blessed, my beloved brethren. Have an amazing day today.